Hey you guys, I'm just trying to get a link for this live, and I'm waiting to find myself on my Surface Anthology page, and hopefully that's where I'm going. And there I am. All right. All right. Hi, everybody. I hope that you guys are doing well. I just sent out a link to my text club people. So if you'd like to be a part of that, my number to be in that group, the text club. And in it, I'll let you know when I go live, when I get new stuff in the shop, new things going on, that kind of thing. I'll let you guys know. And the number is, I'm looking at it up on my wall, 860-385-6369. And I can actually put that in the comments below. So let's see if I can figure that out. And did I do it? Yes, I did. Let's see if this works. So if you want to know when I'm going live to do something, you can just, there we go. You can just get a text from me. So what I want to do today is a little, I call it intuitive Valentine creating. I just got a bunch of pretty things out, some iron orchid molds, some little wood hearts, these little cutouts that I had in my stash. And I painted them this really nice red. And I also really love these flowers. And there's some, look at those red roses. So what I think I want to start with is maybe decoupaging some of this paper. And I believe I have this in my shop. Chalk Mercantile. I'm not sure though. I might have run out. But I was thinking about just kind of ripping it. Yeah, like this. And then decoupaging that down to these hearts. And I'm ripping it because I don't want the cut line that you get with scissors. I want a softer line. Let's see if this will even work. Okay, so and there's script behind it. Oh, I think that looks really pretty. And the reason I'm saying there's script behind it, because if I wanted to move these roses around like this, the script is kind of going uphill, and that might make me a little nuts, or a little more nuts than I already am. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep it as though it were written like that. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. And I'm just going to rub my finger where I'm going to need to cut it. And actually, I think I am going to cut the bottom part because I want to keep it sharp. I just love these tissues. They're beautiful. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I didn't mention yet, you guys, this time around, the Painted Cottage Facebook group. Be sure to join it because Tammy from Flippin' Furniture, who's on with us now, visiting, is going to be one of the decorative painters that's going to be participating in our workshop collaboration. We've got Tammy from Flippin' Furniture, me, Joni from Weathered Wings, and Kim from For the Nest. And that's coming up on the 29th. And we've all started posting about it. So look at how pretty that is. So I know it's going to be fabulous, actually. Now I just need to find my Mod Podge. So here it is. And all you do is just brush that on. And I'm not sure how far this goes up. So what I do, and my lighting's not the best. I'm sorry, you guys. I was getting so consumed with doing something that Tammy actually taught me and her wonderful daughter, Courtney, how to get a link for this live so I could send it out to the people in my text group. Yep, so there's the bottom. Got to rip that little piece off. And then I'm just going to go in underneath the paper right here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to have to put Mod Podge, and this is why this is like intuitive. I'm going to have to actually put the Mod Podge over the whole thing because I have to put a layer of it on top. So that's what I'm going to do. So I don't have to worry about not staying within the paper if you get my drift. And as you know, don't get worried when you put Mod Podge down or any of the decoupage mediums because they're going to be milky like this and then they dry clear. I'm in love with the Tim Holtz. I always call him Jim Holtz. Papers. They're really beautiful. All right. So that's one. And we'll put this aside to dry. And then the other one, and of course, put your brush in some water. The other one, I want to mess around with these molds a little bit. There's some heart molds in these iron orchid molds, like these two. Then it's got these cute little lovebirds up here. Aren't the roses great, Tammy? I know. This is called, what is it called? Just floral collage papers. These are the best, honestly. I think Tim Holtz has the best stuff. Like once you start collecting it, you can't stop. All right, so what I was thinking is I'm gonna make the frame mold and see if I can put a heart mold on top. It's gonna be very 3D. Who knows? We won't know until we do it. So when you're doing an iron orchid mold, you need some cornstarch, regular cooking cornstarch, and you just brush it inside the mold. And these molds are great. You can use them over and over again. You can use them for making chocolates and cookies and things. Just make sure you have a separate set or wash them really well. And I'm using, yes, Tim Jim. Tammy's calling him Tim Jim too. Check out Tim Holtz. You guys, this stuff is just really beautiful. Tim Jim. Oh my God. It's the way he writes. It's the way he writes his name. They use his signature on his products. All right. So here I've got a piece. This clay I've had for a little while. So I'm just kind of smushing it around a little bit. And I might actually need this much. And then I'm going to put it, I'm not going to need this much, but we'll put it in and I just press it all the way into the details. And right now, because I really have a lot, I'm just pushing it off with my thumb, my fingers. Don't lift it up like I just did. Remove the excess, and then I'm going to use my little, I have a little plastic ruler, and I'm just going to kind of refine it and get rid of that excess clay going across. And I kind of start in the middle and then move my ruler out. All right, looks good. Now, to get your mold out, you just bend like this, and it just comes out. These are so great, so easy to use. And here is our second heart. Oh, I wonder if I have a key mold. That would look good. Let me see if I do. I have a key mold. Look at those, you guys. I'm going to put this aside for a second because maybe I'll use this one on top of my decoupage heart. This is the fun thing about getting all your crafty stuff out and just start messing around with it like this. Don't start with a plan. And usually I always start with a plan. And I said today, I'm just going to do something and see what happens live. Because what the heck? All right, you guys, let's try these keys. Oh, they're gorgeous. And I think, try this one. And a lot of people are actually putting resins into these molds. I haven't tried that yet. I kind of stick with the paper clay, but you could use resin in them also. All right, I'm just gonna kind of roll this and press it in. And then I'll use my ruler to gently push away the excess. I've also seen people making jewelry with these molds. That's really, really beautiful. I think I've seen Tammy had a book decorating. It's not really decorating, it's beyond that, embellishing. Class that I took that was a great class. And Tammy, you were using some keys in there as I remember. All right, let's see if I can get this key out of here. I'm just bending it over and there it is. Perfect. So let's see how that looks. Oh, I love it. So that is just a really simple, pretty red and white design. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to glue this down. I glue the molds down while they're still wet. So I don't wait for these to dry because they won't lay flat. And for this one, I'm going to use some Tite Bond. Yeah, you love the keys and the keyholes. Absolutely. Should I do a keyhole? Should I do a keyhole? Wait a minute. Now Tammy's got me thinking. Maybe I'll do a keyhole next to this. Let me see. Which one should I do? This is the problem. You have to decide. I'm going to do this one right here. So I just put in some cornstarch. Now, how many of you guys, Tammy, how many of us still send out Valentines? Oh, I used to love to get them as a kid. They are the best. Now you can make Valentines, 3D Valentines. All right, so I'm just going to press this in. Make sure when you're doing this, don't use anything that's metal. Oops, let me hold my ruler here. Because you don't want to damage or gouge your mold. These molds will last forever. They're silicone, and I'm bad. I don't clean mine very often. But they'll last forever as long as you don't gouge them. Okay. Gotta get that little part right there. And whoop, there it is. Perfect. Okay. Well, now I can really play around. Very sweet. I'm going to glue these down. And I think I might even add some glitter. I'm going to let all this stuff dry when we get it to a certain point today, and I'm going to continue it tomorrow. But look at this one as it dries. How beautiful is that? Tammy, this kind of reminds me of one of your village houses. We're doing our workshop in the painted cottage is called It Takes a Village. And if you find our little graphics that we're sending out, you could see different samples of what we're teaching. And Tammy is doing this really beautiful, lush, red flowers, very Valentine's, really, really February. Okay, I'm squeezing out some of my tight bond. And then I'm just gonna grab my brush. When I do any kind of gluing, I use this natural bristle brush. It does, right, Tammy? Tammy, you're the one that got me. Tammy was doing these beautiful things for Valentine, and I'm like, oh my God, I better start doing that. It's coming up really quickly. So I'm just brushing on the tight bond like this. Oh, thank you for putting, Tammy just put the link in, you guys. Okay, so I just brush it on, and remember, these molds are wet. And then you just put your mold down where you want it. Just like that. And you get into position. I'm gonna do the key. Again, I just brush on the tight bonds. Aleene's tacky glue is really good for this. Wood glue is really good for this also. And you just have to be careful of that part of the key. I'm going to do it this way. And you know I'm probably going to add something to this for sure. All right, and you just tap those down. Make sure that key is straight. So that's it for today, you guys. We've got a couple of really pretty ornaments in the works. This one I started with paint and decoupage, and here we have paint and iron orchid molds. So I'm going to be back tomorrow, especially I want this one to dry for the next step. And I'm just going to put out a bunch of creative ingredients and see what we can do to really jazz these up. Tammy, thank you so much for joining me, and everybody else too. Check out the Painted Cottage Facebook group if you want to be part of our collaborative workshop. It's on January 29th. It's coming up quickly, so make sure you join us. All right, everybody, have a great afternoon. Happy painting. Bye, Tammy.